Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Monday, July 31st. Welcome. I think it's been about 3 weeks since my last crafty confession, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to record this weekend, so I decided I'd better just go ahead and get it done now. Apologize that it keeps getting light and then darker again. I've tried playing with the settings and I can't figure out how to keep it from doing that. If anybody knows, please leave it in the comments and help me out here because it drives me nuts. Anyway, this weekend on Saturday, Abigail's coming home on Friday, and then on Saturday morning, the girls and I are getting up bright and early and heading out to New Braunfels and then working our way up through Austin and doing a pastry crawl. I think we've picked 12 bakeries and I've mapped them all out. So we'll see how the day ends. Dax suspects that we're going to vomit at least twice. So we'll see how that goes. I hope he's wrong. Anyway, I have had several new subscribers recently. Welcome. If you came here because somebody else mentioned me and sent you over, please leave me a comment and let me know so that I can thank them. And if you're new here, please do not for an instant, take this video as how it usually goes. And if you've been here for a while, please sit down while you watch this video because I've done some stuff. So nobody's prepared for this. I'm just saying. So with that said, let's just go ahead and get it going. I have stuff piled up all over the place because I've done stuff. So I worked on the Christmas patches, Santa. This time I did a bunch of this over here, I believe. So it's moving along. I'm not complaining at all. I really kind of like being able to get little bunches. Oh, and I know I filled in here too. Came up on his coat some. So I like it. Each little patch of his jacket makes it feel like an accomplishment. Out of Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, July, August of 92. That's what it looks like on the front. I am working on, my magazine's falling apart. That's why I can do this. It's not the only one either. These apples in this bowl, I love it. Since the last time you saw it, I have put in this apple, and I've come up here some on this, I believe. Not sure. But yeah, I think I filled in up here on that apple too. This one's on my list of 20. No, it's, I don't think I see that one. If you hear things crashing, it's because I'm knocking things over. You get into the day, Taryn. I'm just... This is also knocking things over. It's also beginning of the day, Taryn. I worked on this one that was a free pattern, just called Ukrainian Ornaments. And I worked over here on this side. So when I get this one down to here, we'll be halfway. This is much, I mean, you shouldn't make pictures that small for something that's going to be this big. I mean, for real. This is on like a 22 count, 1/1. So it's big. It's big. This is one of my new starts. If you're new, I'm doing a new start every Sunday. There were some extras in Stitch Mania, but so this is one of the Sundays. This was just a little kit. And there you go. I just grabbed one of the shades of gray, of which there are several, and did that. Really on my new starts, that's kind of just, it's just a start. We're not trying to make it, significant progress. Because I also stitch on the Solitude piece, which will come up in a minute, on Sundays. So I just get my start done and then work on the Solitude, because it's also on my list of 20. Yeah, it's not going to get finished this year. Out of Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, March, April of 1986. This is what the front looks like. This is another one where my magazine is falling apart. I'm doing all three of these cats, baskets, and quilts, or whatever it's called. This one I have the most progress on. And there you go. We're starting to, this is all part of the cat. And this time I filled in a lot of this in here. The one with the Siamese cat, that Siamese cat's face is killing me. I don't know that I'm ever going to get that done. I have a bunch of free patterns that are different monthly birdhouses. And when I tried to look them up to share them before, I can't find them anymore online, so I don't know. It says Birdhouse March by Easy. It's not going to focus. Is it E-Z-E is how it's spelled. So I started the March. That was one of my new starts. And there you go. Very, very impressive, as all new starts are. I also worked on the July Birdhouse, which is one that I had already been working on. And I got it finished. Yay. So, lots of back stitching and all of that kind of stuff, but I was excited, as I am anytime I get finished. Let's see, out of just cross stitch, April of 2018, I'm working on this spring hare, and here I are. This time I worked, I got his eye put in and filled in some on his ears. Some of it's hard to tell because it is very light. I do enjoy working on this one. Actually, I enjoy working on almost all of them. Sometimes they give me fits, but please ignore the condition of the pattern. Dimensions, mason jar lineup. This one is on my list of 20. If I can get this one half done by the end of the year, I will consider that a win. Then maybe I can pretend like I might be able to get the other half done in a single year, even though I've been working on this since like 2017. But since last time, I have finished almost all of the back stitching on this jar. There's a little bit here in the flower and down here for stems, and then a little bit down here on the jar at the bottom. My hoop was in the way and I don't want to move it to finish that because I was stitching this before up here, which, sorry, I'm making things move around, which I've put all of that in since the last time you've seen it. So it's really looking nice. I'm not going to complain at all. I am thrilled to getting, sorry, I don't want it to fall on the ground. It's going to anyway. Getting this flower backstitched, getting this jar backstitched right here it just makes all the difference in the world. And like up here around with the threads in the jar and everything, it just blows my mind. It blows my mind what the shading and the back stitching does to it. Is this one a lavender and lace? I think so. Maybe not. Nope, butternut red. That's close enough. I'm working on Earth Dancer. And this is where I am on it. I had to go back and fix this blue here. I think that I showed you that last time where I put that back in. Mostly this time I've just filled in. I'm trying to decide whether or not to buy some scroll rods and put this on there and then just do the beading and everything as I go. I can't decide. I'm not generally obviously, if I have to go buy them, I'm not a scroll rod stitcher, so. Anyway, there's that. I worked on my Happy Everything. Oh, I don't know if I said it. Earth Dancer is on my list of 20, and it's not going to happen this year. I worked on Happy Everything, which is also on my list of 20. It's by Imaginating Ink. And, y'all, I finished it. What do you know about that? There you go. I started getting close, and I couldn't stand it. I can't tell if y'all can even see anything. Here, I'll stand up. So, there you go. I am thrilled. Like I said, it was on my list of 20, and it's another one that I've gotten done. So, I have no complaints about that at all. I was thrilled. I showed it to Dax, and because we still have a Christmas tree up in our living room, it doesn't have any ornaments on it at the moment. And I just recently realized that there was a couple of Christmas decorations still up in there, so I put them away. But if we looked real hard, there's a good chance there's like Easter or something also. So he was like, yeah, that's pretty fitting around here. We should just have that up and out all the time. Out of this Prairie Schooler St. Nicholas 2, I'll take it out of this. And a sleeve protector. I worked on this ornament. It's when I started in Stitch Mania for Dax. Look on the back. How cute is that finish? Anyway, I worked on it, and I finished it, and I FFO'd it. I know. It's just one of those wooden, I finished this on a round wooden piece from Hobby Lobby, and I went around it with just this jute, the same jute that's up here. you can't see it on here really, but I didn't want it unfinished. So it's covered in the same, it's just scrapbook paper. I really didn't know what I wanted. That piece of paper stuck on here. I made a horrible mess with the glue. So I was dripping glue everywhere. Anyway, I was in Hobby Lobby and bought this thing of a bunch of different ones so that I could choose. But I decided just to go with something simple, but a finish and an FFO. Who am I even? But that leaves my Super Studly project bag available for some other manly man kind of project. One of my new starts was these cowboy gnomes, I started with this one and did a couple of colors in the crown on his hat. And then the next week I started this Indian gnome and did a little bit of the colors, a couple of colors in the headpiece. I'm doing them, this is all a piece of fabric that I dyed. So I have enough to do all 6 of them on there. I'm going to do them individually, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with them then, but at the rate IFFO, I've got lots of time to decide. And it's not going to be anytime soon that they're done, so I had time for that too. I worked on, from Snowflower Diaries, I worked on the December piece from, it's the Joyful World Stitch Along. It's free patterns from her on her website, and I filled in some of the colors on the border, brought it around on the corner there, put in the red and white. Can you see those white flowers in there? Put in part of the white bird. He's not done. And filled in, like, my deer didn't have a face or anything before, so I got that filled in. And then I brought this piece that's all the way across now. There's not a ton left to do. Out of these, January is the only one I've gotten done, but I started the rest of them last year. So January's I started a long time ago, but I started the rest of these last year, so I don't feel quite so bad about that. And then I also worked on August out of there. And I believe last time my dog was headless, so he did get a head. And I put in this, I didn't have that color before. And I think I brought this over a little bit more too. So at least now the dog has a head. That makes me happy. Addison went back to the doctor. I have to say things while I think, when it pops into my head or I'll forget. And they did the blood test, and they're telling us it's going to be a baby boy. So she has already been to Hobby Lobby and bought 3 different fabrics and 3 different backings for me to make some quilts. So I guess I'm going to be doing that. I worked on this one from lepointdecroix.com. Be Mine. Love it. Again, this is a piece of fabric that I dyed. It's an 18 count. And when I dye stuff, I have no idea what I use. I just get in there and play around. So there's no telling what this is. But this time I came up here on her dress, and this is starting her hair. Where this page runs is like right over here. So that's what this is working on her hair. This little pattern is confetti heavy, and it has lots of blends. And like I said last time, I just discovered it has beads, because actually reading the instructions is far too much to ask. I worked on my Friendship Quilts by Paula Vaughn. It was a struggle this time. It was a struggle. Here is its current state. And I'm not complaining about this at all. At the beginning of the year, I didn't have all of this, and I only had like this much up here at the chair. So I've made great strides. My struggle is somewhere down here. Somewhere, no, in here, down in here. I am off. I'm off by 1 row. I've tried counting from here. I've tried counting from here. I don't know where I got off. So, bad words, bad words. I've decided to just go ahead and I'm working my way into the middle with colors, and then I'll figure it out in the middle how to try to make it look right. But it's been frustrating to say the least. To say the least. It's on my list of 20. It's a no. And then I worked on my solitude. Like I said, it's my Sunday stitch. I try to do my new start, and that's just minimal stitching on it, and then I work on this one. So this is its current condition. This is the edge of this page. I have high hopes. I mean, this is on my list of 20. I think this is my oldest WIP. This one or the one I just showed you. I'm not sure which one is older. I have high hopes of finishing this page this year. And since this was a page for this year, and that I'm calling it 2 pages, and I'm going to be thrilled. So, if you've been around, you know that last year I barely finished part of this in here. So, I will be absolutely thrilled to get that part done. And I think that's everything that I stitched. But I did do other stuff. I FFO'd the one. I had the 3 finishes since last time. Happy Everything, the July Birdhouse, and then Dax's ornament. I FFO'd his ornament. This is one that had been FFO'd before, and I was never really happy with it, so I took it apart, and I had this wooden piece that I bought somewhere, probably Dollar Tree or Dollar General, and I painted it, and I redid this FFO. This was a free pattern from DMC, I think. But I love it. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So, not only did I FFO something, I re-FFO'd something. I know. That's why I told you to sit down. And then we had some people, financial advisors, that brought a goodie box by the office to try to schmooze us. And I had the box, and I was like, once we emptied everything out, I'm like, well, I can use that for something. It's got a little chalkboard, just a little white wooden box with a chalkboard piece right here. But I had it sitting there, and I was like, you know what? I bet that'll work. So I put one of my rows, I think this is Summer Row, in there. I just have it lightly glued around, only on the back. The front's not glued or anything. It's not glued in here. It's just sticking in there right now. I glued 2 pieces of poster board together to make them a little bit thicker, but I didn't want it to get too thick because this right here isn't all that deep. I didn't want it to stick out from there. But I was very pleased. Very pleased with how that turned out. So there you go. Can you believe that? 3 finishes, 3 FFOs. Me. I did that. I did look. I have it written down here. My new start next Sunday is my Cool Waters piece. This is my birthday start, and I was very impressed because I went through and pulled floss from what I had. And out of the 86 colors that it called for, I actually had 32 of them. As I've said before, I like all of my projects kitted. When I do them, I don't work from a master set. I have a crap ton of floss, don't get me wrong. I just don't keep it all together. I keep it all with projects. So I was pretty impressed that as of right now, I have 142 whips. And to have that many whips and still have them being able to pull that many colors, I was a little bit blown away by that. So I'm going to start that on Sunday. And I'm doing it on this, I don't even remember the name of this. It's just a gray piece of 25 count. That's what the size the project called for. I did actually read the instructions. And I'm going to do it 1/1. I went to Hobby Lobby last week and I told Dax, I already bought my birthday present. I told him, you already bought my birthday present. Thank you. I'm so excited. I can't wait to use it. And when I got home from Hobby Lobby with the other 54 colors of floss, he's like, wow, it looks like somebody's birthday present got here. I said, well, because I had a gift card. This is from my mom from last year. So I have not yet made my project bag. I need to get that done. I don't know when I'm going to do that. But I'm so excited to get this started. And then do I have purchases? Not really, I don't think. I have, oh, maybe so. Oh, I do have purchases. From Bent Creek, I bought Baby Row to make, right? Surprise. That'll be my new start, probably week after next. I don't know. It'll be coming up. I have some things on my calendar. And then I bought some fabric off of eBay. This is an 18 count limestone, the color says. It's kind of a grayish, tweedy kind of color. And then this one is also an 18 count. It says the color of it is cornmeal. So they were a good price. Actually, I put it in eBay. I clicked the little thing to watch it, and she made me an offer. So obviously an offer I couldn't refuse. And then I was having to buy some stuff on Amazon, and I was having to buy it off of my account instead of the one that we have Amazon Prime on, because it has to do with Dax and the kids. And so I couldn't let him see it, which he would if I ordered it off the Prime account. So if I spent $25, I got free shipping. So I added some project bags. It was a 4-pack. I sent one of them out. So I got project bags. I also was digging through. I also got a lot of fabrics to go with, to do one of the quilts that Addison wants. She just asked for just really simple, but one of them I want to make nicer, so I ordered some other fabrics to go with it. But I'll show you all of that when I get around to doing that. And then what else? I feel like I bought something else. I mean, I had no business buying anything else, but when did that ever stop me? Okay. Anything else fun and good? Before I get into my stats for July. I'm still having computer issues. I know I talked about that. I feel like every Friday when I go in that there's something new. After we took my computer in and got it back, it worked fine for him. It had something to do with the monitors, so now I have 2 new monitors. But when it was updating, somewhere in the Windows update, it glitched. So there are certain things from our software that won't print on my computer. If I try to print it, like payroll reports, which were due today, when I would try to process those and print them to file them, it would kick me out of the system. So I would have to go process them on a different computer, but the program to submit them is on my computer, so I would have to go in the other room and process it, come back to my room, my computer to submit it. It was insane. And then this past Friday, when we got in, I tried to open the file cabinet, and I don't know, it switched where it was trying to pull the information from, and so it couldn't find anything. I was like, great. Told him, I'm not coming in on Fridays anymore. It's bad news. But anyway, it's not fixed, but I know how to work around the problem because they tried redoing the update and it won't clear whatever the issue is. So I love technology. I love it. Oh, and before I forget, Golden Needle is having a retreat in New Braunfels in November. I didn't know about. Stuff does not pop up for me very often, like on Instagram. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm horrible about it anyway. But I didn't know about the retreat until it was already sold out. But if you're coming to the retreat in November and you would like to get together for dinner or drinks or something in the evening, hit me up. Let me know. I would be glad to drive to New Braunfels and do that. So, okay, my stats, and then we'll go. Again, I apologize for the light, dark. I don't know what the deal is. I ended July with, I completed 8 pieces out of my 20 year whip pieces. I guess it's year of whip. I don't know. My 20 gold pieces that really aren't. They're just my 20 oldest pieces, but I do kind of focus on them more. So I finished 8. That's the best I've ever done. And I got 8 of them finished by July. So I don't know if anybody else will get done, but I'm happy. 8's an improvement. I haven't done that before, so I'm not going to complain. I had 15 finishes year to date. Like I said earlier, I have 142 whips. Obviously, I'm adding faster. And in my Taryn's Only Stitch from Stash budget, I ended $54.58 in the hole. So, I think that's right. Oh, no, that's before I finished. I don't have Dax's Santa finish on there, so what's that? Just a couple of bucks, so it's close enough. 54.58 in the hole. But it's better than the 70-something it was before. And with all of the other stuff going on, I haven't been buying anything. So although Saturday when I was going to Hobby Lobby, I was going to stop at the Golden Needle, but then I remembered that she's in the process of, she should be moving or moved into, they were supposed to have the new store ready by the end of July. I haven't seen any updates. Like I said, I'm terrible about even getting on Instagram. So I don't know if she was there or not, and I didn't even, if they're trying to get all that done, I didn't want to go be in the way. So anyway, I did not go by there, so I probably saved myself a lot of money. Okay, I think that's it. I can't believe that it's only been 34 minutes after it's been this long, but I feel like I'm rushing through it. I haven't had anything out of the ordinary happen lately. Knock on wood. I life has just been, Taryn's not normal, I guess. So, the only crazy thing has just been that my computer only, won't process this stuff and print it and, just change the settings. Dax is like, it doesn't just change its settings. And it's like, I said, how could I change it? I didn't know where to go to fix it. How do you think I changed it? So, have mercy on me, please. Okay, like I said, I'm surprised it's this quick, but there we are. I guess I didn't have any kind of fun stories to tell. Hopefully, I will be back in 2 weeks. I'm hoping to have wonderful reviews to give y'all for our pastry crawl. We're all pretty excited about it. We offered to let Dax chauffeur and eat, whatever pastries also, but he's like, no, I don't want to be with a bunch of girls all hopped up on sugar, so I don't blame you. Anyway, thanks, y'all. Thanks for the comments. I think I got back to everybody. If I didn't, please ask again. Or I try to have my email in there. You can hit me up on there too. Anyway, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming back. Welcome new subscribers. I hope you'll stick around. And I think that's it. We'll see you here next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye.